How's it going, everybody? My name is Absoulem, and welcome back. This is part 22 of my full platinum walkthrough for Hollow Knight Silksong. Let's see, today's video we are going to be cleansing the world of all evil. We are also going to be encouraging our mentor to, let's see, how do I put this? Pursue a life that no longer requires his heart. And also, we're going to get into a good old-fashioned foot race. So it's going to be a fun episode, and let's not waste any time. Let's do the foreshadowing quote for this chapter, which is, a true alchemist doesn't turn lead into gold. They turn the world into words. So let's go kill some shit, guys. Come on, let's go. Now we left off here in Mount Fey. We are going to go access a brand new area, one that requires our claw line ability, and it's going to be just straight across from right here. There is that enemy here, so watch out. I think I need one more, actually. Maybe no, I think I farmed those guys. If not, definitely get this guy done. I mean, you can come back later too, but let's see real quick. It's towards the bottom, I know that. It's like right... Yeah, right there. Okay. So we're going to get some more of these enemies right now, by the way, too. And by some more, I mean one extra. Okay. We're going to be very, very set up after today's video. Alright, so right here is a platform. If it's not down there, you have to knock it down. It'll be hanging down. But if you've been following along, this will already be knocked down. Because we like to plan ahead around here. Now, before you go to the right, come over here to the left. And this is actually the last, like, collectible item for your Materium. So go ahead and just inspect it. You don't have to do anything other than that. And that is the items that go in your desk. You know, the, like, resource items. Now, we're going to be collecting further items, but that right there was the last item that you have to find in the world. The rest of them are tied to either challenges or bosses or, you know, like upgrade quests, things like that. So that's the last item that you have to actually find, so make sure you grab that. And then over here, just, you know, dash around. And what I like to do is jump up twice and then hit that so you can rest right there for a second. Kind of use the bottom layer of ice cubes as like a pathway. So now we're gonna come in here. This is a fun little cave, nothing too crazy, but it does have a new enemy, as you can see. Well, we got to get up there first. My bad. Okay, this is the hardest part, I would say. So what I like to do is break this, and then go like that, and then hopefully you can time it to where that other one is coming back right when you're about to come back around. Does that make sense? Hopefully that made sense. Anyways, see this big chubby guy? You can probably get enough just by doing what we're doing, or you can feel free to, you know, just farm them. It only needs like 3, something like that. So if you want, you can just knock it out. I'll probably just get it done, but yeah, there's like plenty just on the way up, you know, but nice to get it done so you don't forget or anything like that. And now we're gonna work our way up. Ow. It's a little tricky, but nothing too crazy. So you bounce off that one, jump, 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 and boom. And now we're going to use our ability. Today we're going to get the secret ability, by the way. So you can let those ice cubes heal. And then when you're ready, you can knock down the mask shard. We're one step closer to the full completion of masks. So now you should have the one of the 4 shards or whatever. Now here to get down, you have to use your down strike. There we go. Now, if you haven't already farmed it, definitely do that now. And then there was shards on the left, which I showed in case you were interested. I don't know who's interested at this point in like 10 shards, but if that's you, don't say I didn't call it out, okay? I know that 10 shards is gonna really change your life, probably. go. Now we're gonna head over here. For those of you that want me to show the lore of the mask maker at the very top, don't worry, I've got a special plan for the end of this. Let's just say we might have a top secret mission at the end of this that's absolutely real if you believe it's real. Let's just say that that might be a thing. I was trying to think of a lot of ways to end this playthrough, this epic journey that we've been on, and I'm still working on it. But I have a plan. If you are new to my channel, I hunt Easter eggs and zombies, and so I've always loved the idea of like hiding stuff on my channel. Almost every video always has like some amount of Easter egg or a hidden thing in the descriptions or it's on my website. I haven't done it for like the walkthroughs in the past, but I'd like to start trying to do that sort of thing. But I always try to insert like secret things in my videos, but it's always just been for the zombie stuff. So I'm curious how to. I want to start putting it in the walkthroughs as well. All right, so now we are gonna head to Bone Bottom, where we're gonna fight yet another moss mother. So I'm gonna drop down and go immediately to the left. And there's a bench right here we can rest at. And then there's a secret room that's now available right here. And when you know it, there's some beads in here. Wow! We need these beads, guys. At this point, we need them. It's just more a collection now at this point. So, now we're gonna go fight the Moss Mother. I'm gonna quickly reset my health. I didn't expect to get hit by those two enemies, but you know, things happen. So now the Moss Mother is on this room down here to the left. And this is a very easy arena, because you can just come over here. I would kill this guy real quick. And don't worry, you can get those 3 shards. But you can just kind of sit right here and, you know, just watch out for the attack she does right there. But otherwise, like, she never gets you. Also, if you want, you can go up and around and then kind of, well, so yeah, it's an easy fight. So whenever she's up top there, I like to go around here. Ow. Any minute now. There we go. And that's the last time we have to fight one of these enemies. So we fought her as the very first boss. Then we had the duo boss that we had to fight. And now it's like the void version of her. So we are done with her. But there is one for every act. So that's kind of, I guess, cool. Like a little tribute to the very first boss, I guess. Take that however you will. All right, now let's go get a trophy, everybody. A freaking trophy. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a shard. Oh, my God. All right. We are pretty much, I guess at this point, done with this room. So that's kind of cool. This was like the first Weaver area we came. And it's amazing how many secrets this one area holds. You have like the relics, and then you have Eva, and then you have like the different tools that are tied to the final quest to open up Act 3. So it's interesting how they can give you like such a small area, but then pack so many things over the course of the whole game. I think that's what I've always appreciated about Metroidvania games. Just like how intricate they can be. Alright, so talk to Eva here. She's going to upgrade our crest and then also give us our final silk skill, the secret silk skill, which will unlock a trophy called Entwined. This only happens, like the evolved crest is one the final like upgrade thing, but the secret skill is only if you have a minimum of 18 memory lockets and then also have all the crest. So now that we have the shaman's crest from the previous chapters, we are good. And we have definitely 18, we have 19 memory lockets. So now when I ask you to bind her, you want to say yes. And that will unlock Entwined, but also a really cool ability that basically anytime you rest the bench, you get silk back. So we've got Eva's ultimate power, her Silksong. It's how, like, I guess she has a lisp. She was trying to say Silksong, but she like Silksong. I don't know. I think it's in the lore somewhere. I think that's what happened. Beam me up. Still probably the coolest transport in this game. Alright, now we are going to go fight our boy. Or not fight, but we're going to find him. So this will be the last time you have to meet Garman or whatever the hell his name is. We've already, just in case you haven't, if you followed along, you should have, when we went to Bellheart at the start of last chapter, Garman is all the way to the left of Shellwood where it dumps out into like the Bone Bottom Moss home area. So like right before that, you'll find him at the very end of that path. Once you found him there, you can return to Greymoor, and if you make your way up, kind of heading towards the halfway home, you're going to have another interaction with him around the halfway home. Just if you just go from Bellheart, go up and over to halfway home, you'll find him. It's like guaranteed. And so that's the first two interactions. And now we're going to go find him for a third time up in the top of Moss Home. And after that, it'll open up the wish in Bellheart to actually do the hero's call wish. So if it's not showing up, that's what's happening. Alright, so now I'm just going to despawn these guys. Whoops, I got to go right here. Alright, there we go. So now what we're doing is we're kind of just making our way up and around. Because our elevator's broken. Again, I will remind you, that is the biggest tragedy that's happened to Bone Bottom. You know, all those guys that are in that survivor camp crying about how their home is destroyed. I spent like 200 beads on that elevator. Or shards, and I didn't even spend beads. We spent shards. You know how valuable shards are? I can get shards, or I can get beads anytime, but shards? What do you think, it drops from every enemy? Hello, Garman.
Entuma! Molina Molem.
Da, fenestra.
Samia Samasa. Oh, Torora Tanen.
I'm sure you will, press on, brother. I'm sure you will. I'm sure I won't have to kill you in a moment. Good luck, sir. All right. I just can't believe we lost our elevator, honestly. It's kind of tragic. Oh, I forgot we have the hunter crest on, yeah. That is a problem. I'll admit it. That's a real problem. We're gonna have to get rid of that. If I had my freaking elevator, I could have gotten to the bench. Alright, now we are heading to Bellheart, where we're going to first and foremost switch out our crest back to the OG. The Hunter's Crest, if you do like the Hunter's Crest, it is really good in terms of like the damage output. But honestly, even with it fully upgraded, I'd love to see like the actual stats. But like even with the Hunter Crest fully upgraded, and it's doing more lethal strikes with, you know, all that, I feel like it's still not as good as like the Architect, or, you know, I haven't really messed with the Witch one, but it could be good if you're good at like what it is, because you steal life, so I could see where that could be pretty, like, damage output would be good if you're using the ability with it. But ultimately, I mean, like, I think these are better, but if you like the Hunter's one, I mean, it is fully upgraded, and you know, all that. So we're just missing one memory locket now from the crest, but yeah, use whatever you want. I'm just, the Wanderer is what I'm meant for. I guess that's what's meant for me. I like it the most. So now that we've met Garman 3 times, it's Hero's Call is activated, and that is going to be right there. And so now we have Dark Hearts and Hero's Call as our 2 quests right now. All right. Also, for this chapter, I'm going to assume that you have the crawl summons. We got that just by resting at a bench. I went over it in the last video, but that's what this needle is right here. I can knock it out. Damn, I didn't even know. That's crazy. I didn't know I could knock it out. Anyways, but that needle, it's random at a bench, but I went over it last chapter. You just have to, like, it's going to spawn at one of the benches in Shellwood, Bellheart, Greymoor, or Farfields, but you don't have to go all over the world. You can just stay at one bench and then leave and enter the room over and over, or you can quit the game and load back in, and it won't take very long, but eventually you'll get that needle to spawn in right here, and it'll have the crawl summons on it. So I'm going to assume that you have that at this point too, because we will be using it in a moment. So now we're heading over to the Blasted Steps. Oh, look who's here, waiting on us. All right, before we talk to him, let's go to the right here. Rest up, get our silk fully charged, and make sure you have your loadout set. I'm just going to use these for now, although I would advise taking the compass off and putting on something a little bit more comparable, maybe like, I don't know, anything else. So, anyways, what is it, boy? You said he's stuck in a well? What is it? Take me to him. I always loved in those, like, old The Lassie show or whatever, like, the dog would bark, like, one time and the entire town would be like, what? It'd be like, oof. It'd be like, Timothy's stuck in a well and his mom's at work and she can't pick him up and he's stuck. What? It's like, how did you get that out of a single bark? You know, I didn't question it as a kid. But anyways, follow our boy, who's understandably a little upset that his master here has fallen victim to the purge of the lands, the scourge of the lands. So I'm gonna purge him from the scourge. Here we go. I'm gonna get back out here in the middle. I can fight a couple of my demons. That reminded me of the pure vessel fight when you had to, like, go between the attack. What's that? You want to fight a couple more of my demons? Oh, damn, he almost killed me after death. Brother, come back to the light. I have grown strong, you're right. Had nothing to do with my 6 robot friends. Alright, so that's going to complete Hero's Call. Let's go. Again, that's only active if you've met Garman in the world 3 times, and then it's at Bellheart's Wishboard. So now they're a happy friend, and let's just go with he's not dead. He's not dead. All right, what are we doing now? Let's see. We need to go to Greymoor. Actually, let's go ahead and fill up our silk. I love this ability. It's really quick too, which I like. Alright, so now we're gonna work our way to the right of Greymoor. I suppose you could also go to the Farfield's bench or Bellway and then go up. It's all about the same. Oh, feel free to talk to New here, who should be here. Yeah. No, it's not required if you're like not seeing her. She's just basically continues to encourage us to fill out the journal, but we haven't spoken to her since Act 3. All right, there we go. So if you're interested, I mean, we don't need to talk to her right there, but it is new dialogue. So now we're just gonna go rest at the bench over here to the right, just in case you die. So right here. And we're heading all the way to the right side. So this is a new version of these birds, by the way. Now we are gonna go fight the boss here, so it'll fill out your journal, but feel free to like start farming these just so you get these easier. And don't worry, I think it auto completes the journal. I'm like almost 100% positive, but if not, then because when I was doing my practice runs, I ended up getting the same amount I needed in the fight, so I don't know if it actually auto-completes or not. That being said, though, all the enemies that we see outside of the boss are available above and around this house, so don't feel like it's just impossible. But drop back down in here, and now that we have, this requires the crawl summons, so that's why I was saying make sure you have that, and if you do, go ahead and turn it in. Again, this spawns at a random bench. Just quit and reload. I would just do the Bellheart bench. That seems to be the highest spawn point. Because everyone when I see online, almost everybody gets it at that bench, even though it is possible at all the other ones. But it seems like that's the most common one. Just ignore that. Step forward, you worthy peasants. You are now in the presence of a lord. I will play with you just like a cat plays with its prey. I won't even touch the ground, just like you. I've conquered gravity. Step forward, you fat fuck. It's your turn to die. Honestly, I'm just really upset because I messed up on the very, like, I'm talking the last hit or two. And let's just say I hit the wrong button and I'm mad at myself now. And I'm gonna prove a point. All right, we should be getting to the chain section. Yep. God, I had nowhere to go. Got him. I'm gonna tickle you. Ha ha ha. Oh, he died. All right, pick up the Craw Memento. Craw Memento. Oh, they're all dead. Damn. Anyways. Now come over here and pick up the Crawbell, which is a really cool device. If you're poor and broke and don't have any beads, that is. I've never known what that's like. I've always had enough money to do everything I've always wanted to do. I don't need any Crawbell items. But if, let's just say you were lacking in beads, you can install it on your home. And every time you come back home, the birds have been fetching beads for you. So I guess it's cool if you're into that sort of thing. It's actually really good. There's like every time you go do something and come back, it's probably like 100 beads in your thing. So it's better than the delivery system, honestly. I mean, even if you like teleport away and come back, it's like 17 beads or something. So it's maybe the fastest bead farm in the game. I'm not sure. All right, so now we are going to head on over to Bellheart. I'm going to be thinking about that one later tonight, though. In all my practice runs, I've never died to the Crawfather. And of course, I hit the wrong button. I just suck, apparently. And I hate when I die to things I know I shouldn't. Like, how am I supposed to be the guide of this walkthrough if I can't even beat the Crawfather? I die to mouses. I die to birds and mouses, apparently. Greymoor has proven itself time and time again that I am just getting my ass kicked by Greymoor, apparently. Doesn't matter any other enemy, whatever. Greymoor's mouses and birds, fuck me. I'm very happy I'm done with the journal entries now. Which, speaking of which, you should have gotten all of the journal entries there. The Crawjur, the Tall Craw, the Squat Crawl, and the Crawfather. That's the 4 entries. Those are all the, you know, the normal craw birds, but now they've been upgraded. So you should have that. It should autocomplete. But if not, you know, they spawn above the boss as well. We'll see them later in the chapter as well. But it should autocomplete. Most of the bosses I've found out that are like, they only have those enemies in the bosses, they do complete even if you don't get them, which is good to know. I didn't know that earlier on. Like, for example, the guy in Groll the Great that spawns, it auto beats it if you didn't farm it. So, good to know. So we're going to turn in our relic here. We are missing one more relic, which we will get this chapter. Alright, so first install our Crawbell. There we go. So now next time we come in, you'll be able to just pick up beads out of it and shards as well. Go ahead and replenish our silk. We don't need this spa anymore. I guess it's cool to have, but we don't need it. All right, so now we're gonna get our first and second mementos there. So that's pretty cool. So we're missing one relic, and then I wanted to point out that we got the magnetite from that Bright Vein cave in Mount Fay. So that was the last findable item. We're gonna get this one. That's tied to a wish. It's upgrading the Plasmium file, which is going to be really good for us. But that's what that item is. We found the last collectible item. And then these 4 are tied to our main mission that we're going to be doing in a future video. I think I'll do it next chapter, but I might continue getting all the side shit done. I haven't made up my mind yet, but either way, those 4 spots are for the main quest, the old hearts. Also, if you're like getting ahead of me, I would advise not to, unless you really know what's going on, but you can miss a lot of items that you might not have even known existed. So I would advise not doing this main mission, you know. So I will show you how to get everything, but it actually is like missable in some aspects. Not that it would affect your trophies, but if you're somebody who wants like every memento and every you know, possible boss and all the journal entries, even the ones that aren't required, I would advise not going on. Because you see how there's 3 spots for the hearts, but there is an extra one. If you don't know how to get that extra heart, then if you just complete the mission, it won't be available. So and you'll miss out on kind of a lot, actually. So I just want to make that known now. So now that we're good there, let's go to Shellwood. Because unfortunately, our elevator's fucking broken. In case I didn't let you guys know that. What is going on? Actually, we can go left here for the bench. Alright, so now what we're going to do is just drop down here. We're going to Wormways. This is our elevator now, boys. So right here, this is the top entrance of the Wormways. Whoops. Yeah, we're just making our way down. I'll go this way. Screw it. We've opened up this shortcut here, so we are all good. So now you're going to see that our boy has been busy. He's been busy being an alchemist. So go ahead and just equip the plasmium file thing. There we go. Actually, we'll have to. We don't have the normal one yet, but we will once we speak to him. Then we'll equip it. So we're gonna convince him to live a life that doesn't require breathing or a beating heart or anything like that, which I think is really what's best for him, based on how he's treated us with nothing but kindness. I think it's the least we could do is take his heart out of his body and then leave him to die, or excuse me, experience a new form of life. All right, take on the advanced alchemy wish here. If it's not popping, then just pay for the refill of your thing and it should pop then. All right, so he's going to give us the needle file back again. So go ahead and equip that. And now this is the advanced alchemist one, which is how we're going to upgrade that materium item for the desk in our home. The Bell Home is a thing for PC people mostly. It's a trophy. You have to complete the Bell Home. But, you know, if you're on the console like me, it's still cool to get everything and it's helpful, but it's not required. But if you're on PC, it is. So we need to collect blood. Dang it. So you have to wait for it to click, right? That little click, then you can use it, and you have to suck out the blood of. Doesn't matter what enemy. There are a couple enemies we need to farm while we're here. There's this guy. There's gonna be a bigger version kind of him. There's some blue butterflies, and then there's the boss. The boss is an optional boss, and just so you know, you can farm the blood from the boss, and it counts for like I think 4. We need 10 in total. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to farm the other enemies first, and then I'll just beat the boss after. But just so you know, you can farm the boss as well. But here is a cocoon that when you break it, there's going to be blue butterflies. And we need to collect 6 more of them, the winged life seed. Now, if you're a Hollow Knight fan, that's pretty cool for you. If you have no idea what those guys are, then don't really worry about it. But just so you know, us Hollow Knight people are freaking out. Oh my god, dude. Okay, good to know. There we go. I don't know why that one sometimes takes forever when all the other ones are like 4 or 5 hits. I don't know if it's the angle, like, it just seems like that one specifically is weird. Oh, okay. Got him. You can get the thing out of the big guys, but it's much harder. But I'll do it here. Or not. I guess I'll just get hit. Okay, goddamn, game. Can you give me a second to recover? Alright, let's try that again. Okay, that did not work to Pogo. I gotta wait for the perfect timing. Oh my god. There we go. That's a tough one, but, you know, is it worth it? No. But we have to farm those. It doesn't take many. There's only you need like 4, I think, and then you need a handful of the big guys or the smaller ones. Actually, every time you reset the world, I would. Hang on, let me get this guy real quick. Alright, don't worry about that area, but we need to get that cocoon every time. So you can actually bounce off of that. Because there's a couple of these, but this one's the easiest one just to get every time you reset. So I'm gonna now, at this point, now that I've shown everything, what I'm gonna do is I'll show you the route I run just to get everything. We'll do it quick this time. So rest there, and now we can farm the big guys, the little guys, and the little butterflies. And then you'll want to collect 10 of the plasmified blood. Once you get 10, you can just go and murder all the bugs at that point. You don't have to get their blood anymore. So I do this one, and then I go to the left here, and I go up, and then right for the butterflies, and then right for that guy. I'm so bad at picking the side they're on. There we go. And then you can kill this guy if you need the journal. Something about the low side, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that guy. It's way easier on the top, but it's like the higher up I hit it, the easier it is to kill. See what I mean? Like, that was like 4 hits. The other guy, for whatever reason, is just not wanting to die. I don't know. It's weird. So then after I get the one on the left there, I come and get this guy. There we go. And now I'm done with the blood. So now I'm just going to farm the remaining enemies, and then I'll meet you for the boss. Okay, so now that you've farmed your enemies and you come back here, we can talk to our boy and then hand him over the items.
Yanara.
And this will be the second to last thing we have to do for our tools. We will be getting the final upgrades to our tools in this chapter as well. So I just don't think you need a heart anymore, buddy. Or gland, excuse me. That is kind of his heart. I mean, I'm just letting you see it. He does approve, okay? So when he's dead and all, we're good. But anyways, you'll have the Plasmium Gland, which now allows us to infinitely use our Plasmium file. We don't have to like return to him to fill it back up. So that's pretty nice. So equip your file there. You're going to want that. And now we can head down to the boss. I knew there was a platform and I still messed it up. Alright, so just so you know where I'm at, I'm right here. Where that Weaver door is, we're going to drop down. And we're just going down to the bottom left corner of the area. See what I mean? I don't know why that one boss is like significantly harder than the other one. I don't know if it's something about if you get hit, it like resets its life with the lifeblood or something, but like, I don't know. Alright, so you can go down there if you'd like to go back to the bone area, but we're going to go to the left. There we go. That was the last enemy I needed to farm. So again, yeah, you should have the plasmid, the winged life seed, and the plasmiditis or plasmidus. Yep, that's how you say that. And now we're going to go get the optional boss, which is kind of a cool... So it's this wall right here. Break that. This is a very simple boss, but you can... It's one of those where you can take it a little too for granted, you know? Alright, so this guy's easy. Except it can get a little crazy because his health bar is like infinite practically. So on these earlier phases, it's best to be away from him, and then once he gets kind of wild, then you can stay close to him. So now we're kind of in like the medium range. So once he starts dashing, that's when you know you're in like, not the late stage, but that's like his second phase. But he has a lot of health. But so do we now. We have infinite, you know, file. So just come over here whenever you need a break. And don't forget, we have our file. And basically, I just reset my health off of him every time, and then I can come over here and heal if needed. Pop a couple files there, and we can also use our ability as well whenever we need. The pale nails is what I've got on. So that's a good option as well. See what I mean, though? His health is insane. There we go. So yeah, it's not hard. It's just more like impressive, I would say, that he has that much health. Again, though, if you use your file for that wish, you can pop it into him, and it gives you like 4, I think. So that's a fast way to get that wish done. But since we have to farm those enemies, I figured like I don't really see the point in all of that. But, you know, just putting it out that it is an available option. Alright, so now we are done with Wormways. Just make our way out. I like to just remind these guys who's boss, you know what I mean? I think they might actually have been the ones that broke our elevator. Just remembering good times, you know? Alright, so now we are going to... We're going to travel to the Marrow Bellway. And we're going to go work on cleansing the world of evil. So we're going to go to the Marrow. And I'm going to try to meticulously weave through the world while we fight these void masses, because we have to complete the Dark Hearts. There's a lot of void masses. Now, these only spawn once. Once you take them out, they're gone. So you wouldn't have wanted to hurt these things until you've gotten the wish activated. So if you had broken them all for some reason, I mean, first of all, wow, because there's like 30. But I'm just letting you know that like they are not infinite. But we need a minimum of 12. We're just going to break 12, and that'll be that. And I'm going to try to do it in a way that we're also working on some of the side stuff as well. So right now, we're just going to be kind of weaving through the world. So start here in the Marrow, and then we're going to rest at this bench. There, and build up your silk. And this is where I would equip whatever loadout you feel comfortable with. I really like the Long Claw for the ability to hit the void masses. A little bit from range, but you know, figure out whatever loadout you like at this point. We have like every tool pretty much. So I'm gonna try to show you like each place we're going. So first of all, we're going, let's see, so now I'm going to drop down. Yeah, and then we want to land right here. We can take out that guy. Also, you'll notice that the NPC that we threw the blades at, if you'd like, I'll show you his fate. It's pretty sad, though. I guess we can use it to rest at the bench while we're here, but this guy looks like his operation got shut down. I think he had like a tax evasion, I think is what happened to him. Something like that. So, sucks, but, you know, a little insurance fraud, you know what I'm saying. So now we're going to come over to the right. And then the way these work is you can kind of bait them into wherever you're standing. And whenever you see it's either going to be the tentacles or it's going to be like yeah, like that. So you can just bait it by standing in one spot and then moving. And some are more difficult than others, but they're not too bad. It's like 8 hits maybe. So we're going to do that. And now we're going to head to... Yeah, now we're going to head to the... Dang it. Head to the upper Marrow. Reset at this bench if you'd like. intentionally. In my notes, I had gone a totally different way, so I apologize. We could have done that one first. But either way, it's fine. I think I... Oh, I remember what happened. Never mind. A little internal error here. But you still get it. We still got both of those. So that's 2 so far. We need, I believe it's 6 or 8 for the journal. Yes, we need 8 total. We've already done 2. Oh my god. Game, please. So now you might have remembered this one. We did see it already. This is the one that we had on the left side here. Oh, and this one I would advise taking out the enemies. There we go. Whoops. There is that bench down there. You know, feel free to go for it if you want. But there's a bench right here, so I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so that's 3 so far that we've gotten. Yep, 3. And now we're going to go to the top of Deep Docks. Yes. Try to remember all these locations by... You should see what my notes say. It just says top Deep Docks. Like, cool. No, I'm not gonna let you get away with that. How many hits are you? Wow. So right here is our void mass. How many enemies we got going on? There we go. Let's go ahead and rest at a bench. Okay, now let's see. We're going to go... I wrote even higher Deep Docks. Great. Yeah. Oh, he got me through the floor. There we go. Now, if you're having trouble with these enemies to the left, you know, I would kill them and then work on that. But if you're smart, you can do it before they even spawn in. Like talking about being big-brained and then running into spikes. It's always a good follow-up. All right, so at this point, we should have 5 of 12. So now we're going to go up to Hunter's March. It doesn't really matter which way you go. And unfortunately, Hunter's March is closed. And so we're going to have to open up a shortcut. But there is a thing in this room guarded by some void ants. Oh, I thought I killed him. There we go. So now you'll see that this door is locked for now, but that's okay. So now we're going to head back down to that bench. Okay, I also wanted to point out that, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We can go this way. There is a Rhino Grunt here. I'll show you where. But if you haven't picked that up, that is... There it is. Okay. I found it right away. Rhino Grunt. These guys are required for your journal. There's only a couple in the game, and it's easy to miss these guys. So the first spawn was next to Pilgrim's Rest. We had done the little obstacle course, and we opened up that door. It was guarding the door. Now, you didn't want to open the door until you'd killed the Rhino Grunt, but some people have opened the door, and then they died, and then he gets out, and you just can't find him anymore. And then eventually he kills the shopkeeper, or he travels to Biowater. So at this point, you might have gotten the 2 journal entries, but if not, here is the other spawn. I'm going to show you where that is. There was another one in Memoriam, but these are like really rare enemies. So the final spawn point for this guy is going to be up here in just a second. Right here. Now, I'm not going to worry about him. I've already got my journal entry. There we go. Boom. So yeah, definitely get that Rhino Grunt if you can't. And here's where I'm at on the map. So it's just to the left of where I'm at. All right, now we are going to go to the right and go to the Bellway. All right, so now we want to equip the Curveclaw. We're going to get this upgraded. This will be our final tool, like including all the upgrades. So put your Curveclaw on, and then go to the room with this sign here. Now this is exclusive to Act 3, and so stand right here. Whoops. Hang on. You got to get all 4. So if you just stand like right where these weeds are, and you just jump a little bit and throw it, you'll be okay. It's pretty simple. But give the Curveclaw. There's something very satisfying about not only getting all the tools, but also all of their upgrades, considering that some of them are missable, you know, and so, or very hard to find. So it's just cool to finally be done with that relief. So once you've done the thing, give it to him, and then come and rest. And then when you return, it'll be ready for us. Like so. And now we have the curve sickle. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have all of the skills, even the secret one with Eva. We have all of the tools fully upgraded, and it's a good day. We have everything. So that is a look at all the tools. Boom. Now we're going to go back down. We're going to travel. quickly take the Curveclaw off and put on our file once again. Yeah, I'm gonna swap it out for our cogflies now. I like those. All right, so now we're gonna travel to the Marrow. And now we need to go back to the Hunter's March the way we actually started Hunter's March back in the very beginning of this. I don't know why I killed that one enemy, just I didn't like how he's looking at me, I guess. So just all the way to the right. Should be right about here. And we're making our way to that bench. Well, hang on. The bench is below us. Just ignore that fool for right now. And I know that some of you are probably wondering, like, well, when do we get to do Hunter's March again? Surely there's more to it. This was such a fun area to begin with. Yeah, now's the time. But also, I want us to appreciate just how far we've come, because if you remember this area, this was the first, like, I would say, challenging area. But watch how we're about to just make this look stupid. Oh, dang it. I missed the pogo. Boom. So now that should complete your journal entry for Void Mass, but we still have 4 more to go. But I just think it's fun to, like, absolutely destroy Hunter's March right now. Oh, there's a lockdown here. I am not prepared. We'll see if I can get a heal, I'll be okay, I think. It'll let me have it. If I can pull this off with 1 health. What? Okay, let's actually prepare for that. Okay, now I'm in much better shape. I forgot about this lockdown, honestly. So I like to just steamroll the first one. Get that guy. Isn't it crazy how, like, when we first did this lockdown in Hunter's March, those enemies were tough, and now they're just, like, I mean, just kind of a nuisance, if anything. Alright, so now we have, yes, 8 of those. So you want to come to the main shaft of Hunter's March here. Go to the bottom left, and this is going to be that shortcut that was blocked earlier when we fought the Void Mass in that room. So now we have access again from the normal pathing. So open up that. Shockingly, there's nothing this way. You would think that with the Savage Beastfly boss that would be like a whole thing, but not really. But rest of the bench here. Actually, let me get all my silk back. There is, however, a secret in the top room where we fought the, like, mini-bosses. Also, another reminder, if you still haven't gotten the items from the shop to the left in here, do that now. It's the secret room to the left. Let's come up here, and there should be a bunch of good beads. Yeah, like these. These are like the big ones. That's like a good 250 beads right there. What am I even at? 5,100. Okay. Fair enough. I hope I have enough. All right, now we're going to go down and to the right here. We are here. And you'll see this statue here. So now we have our ability. And this is our new Hunter's March. That was worth it. That was worth it. Alright, so we're going to open up this shortcut here. And then this is a big deal for us, because not only does it open up the shortcut in that area, but more importantly, it opens up a bunch of side shit. This is where one of our main missions are, and also a side quest, which we will definitely be coming down that way in a moment. For now, though, we are going to drop all the way down to the Bellway. But we will be coming back there. There we go. Back to the Bellway. So now you'll see the map has opened up that far right side. So there's a lot going on in that area, which you will see in a moment once we're done with our purge. So now we're going to travel to Greymoor. So in terms of the dark hearts, you should be at 8 of 12 now. The journal entry was done, and now we just got 4 more. Alright, so this one is right below us, but there are some enemies. Oh my god, dude. How many fucking death animations does this man have? Even in death, those scissor guys suck. Anyways, I'm gonna cut to where I'm done with that. Okay, we're done with those guys now. Got him. So that is 9 of 12. And now we want to go up into the tower. Let's see. Yes. So I'm gonna have to pogo off of this thing. This is the thicket here, but we're gonna go to the right. And it's a weird one. I like to just take out the enemies first. So as you can see, we have this guy. I think it's best if you just drop and kind of get behind it or whatever. You're gonna get hit, but it's easier than having to like pogo and do it over time, so. There you go. See, I mean, like if you have enough health, you can do it. If not, it's a little bit annoying. All right, so now we're gonna head all the way to the bench on the right, and then we're gonna take on one that's kind of above where we fought the Craw boss. This is that elevator. I'm gonna quickly rest at the bench at the house here. That made a weird noise. Alright, so rest here. And then this one's a little bit tricky because there's the big birds. But if you take it one at a time, it shouldn't be too bad. So I don't like to go too high up. I want to like barely take on the birds. So there's that guy. So I'm trying to get his attention right here. But I don't want to get the other guy's attention. Alright, there we go. And now with that guy done and the little one, now we can just take on the big one. There we go. And now the void is right here. So what we want to do is just drop down. And there is a bench right here. And I like to sit on the right side. Oh. I think one more, I think. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now we are at 11 of 12. And now we're going to travel to get a couple more items. Oh, you saw it, the bead. Alright, so now we're going to head to the Grand Bellway. I'm just going to drop down to the Farfields Bellway since it's probably faster, I imagine. Plus, it's fun. And that's what this is all about, right? It's not suffering from enemies that are ridiculously annoying. It's fun. And right. So again, Grand Bellway. And now we are going to get our last Void Mask, but also one of the last Relic. quickly fill up our meter here. So we're going to the left here. This is here on the map in case you're wondering. Those guys are, honestly, they're not difficult. They're just more like, they're a little too strong. You know what I mean? For a base enemy. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just feel a little bit too much. Alright, there we go. So that is all 12 dark void masses. And now I'm going to get our last relic here. If the elevator was at the top, you would have to ride it down and then loop back around and then get to this spot right here. But now we can go down to then go up, because now we have our ability. So now we're going to access the final secret room of this room, or of this area. And get into this creepy room. Now there is lore here. No, we must, game. We must. We actually must. So anyways, if you're interested, you can go finish out that. But there is a breakable wall right here. It's not an obvious wall by any means. But here is the Coral Commandment. And that, my friends, is the last relic. So now we're just going to travel back to Bellheart. Oh, good to know. Good to know that's still there. We only broke the entire world, but good to know that the saw blades still work. I was worried. There's another void mass right above that if you needed that one instead. I don't have time for you. We have so much health now, I can literally just tank stuff. Alright, so onward to Bellheart, where we can turn in our wish, but also upgrade our home a little bit. And accept a new wish. Alright, so now you'll see this new wish on the board, but first let's turn in our dark hearts. And that's going to give us our next mask shard. We're getting close. We're getting close. So fastest in Farloom, we want to accept that. That is available to us now that we've worked on that Dark Hearts. And now, let's see. Let's turn in our relics, shall we? I wonder what the prize will be. Yes, here you go. Here's the last relic. Also, let's pay attention. Look what I have. Okay, boom. Great, awesome. Glad you have a full connection or collection. Mighty collection. It is a good collection. Now, what does she have to say about this? I've done so well to gather it all up. Wow, you did a great job just standing in this room and letting me bring them all to you. I'm glad she's humble. Now, what do I get for finding all these? You're allowing me to keep viewing the collection. The gratitude is enough for this little bit that I've given you. Oh, well, thank you. So I hope that feels worth it. So again, we have our first beads. So 113, that's not bad for just doing nothing. So anyways, now you will see that we have our plasmified blood. So that entry is filled out. And now we're missing, obviously the main mission stuff. But other than that, our relics are complete. Our cylinders are complete. And we are going to keep working on the badges here. These are going to activate. These are like side quests that you can do after a certain point. But yeah, we've gotten a couple of them so far. So we're getting really close on having all of the items. So now, let's see. Yeah, we're going to travel to far fields. And now we're going to access that area that we opened up earlier. So rest at this bench here. All right, so right here, we are going to now head to the right. And then drop down to the left where there are some shards if you're interested. I'm sure at this point you are very interested. But what we should be interested in is a new enemy type. There we go. So that is going to be the hardbone elder. So we got to kill 10 of those. Don't feel like you have to farm them right now. I'm going to do that when we come back for the main mission. I'll make sure I get them, but if you get it now, it's fine too. I think just naturally you get like 3 or 4. All right, so once all those guys are dead, come over here. You'll see that this door is locked. We will open that up if I can make the jump. So come up here and get the beads, and then also a rosary necklace, a big one. So that's worth it. And then there's some more shards to the left here. So right here is some shards. Now remember this spot right here. That's going to be important in a moment. So drop down here and hit the shortcut one way or another. And guess what we get? More shards. That's right. That's right. And you better like it. All right, so now we got to open up a secret room. Watch out for the cage right here. Get that cage out of here. So if we go to the right here, there is a door, but more importantly, there is an NPC that we need to actually do. So come over here to this secret room. Feel free to get the beads and shards and all. And then open the door. And now come over here and hit the bush and speak to Gilly. And exhaust her entire dialogue. Alright, there we go. We're done with her dialogue. And before we go to the right, we got to drop down, kill this guy. And then there's a shortcut we can open. And this just heads back to, you know, the Pilgrim's Rest, which, by the way, you should take advantage of resting here. You'll notice that our boy's shack, even though we've kept it pristine this whole time, it is ruined. And the way I see this is that I saved 30 beads. Okay? You guys were like, break the door. You don't have to buy the door. I'll just let nature take its course. How about that? Anyways, rest there. That way you have a checkpoint for now. And also, by resting there, it resets our world. So now we can backtrack just one spot where I said, remember that one place. And this will allow Gilly to be here. Right here. If you don't have Gilly, it's because you, one, haven't followed the walkthrough, you silly goose. But it is fine. You can go and find her. If you look up on the interactive map, I'll link it in the description. But you can find, like, you can just search in the search bar, like, Gilly, and it'll show you all the spots you can talk to her. The first one's in Hunter's March, and then I don't remember the exact couple, but this is the 5th encounter right here. I believe it's the 4th or 5th, but either way, you should have it if you've been following. But yeah, speak to Gilly. She's tied to a little quest that we want to get. Go ahead and get another entry on my journal. Yeah, I mean, we only need 6 more, so naturally we get 6 just by doing the normal route. But yes, now we can come down, get another entry. There we go. And now, let's see. Head to the right. I think this is it. Hold on. It's hard without the map filled in. No, it's right here. So come over here. Now that we're not going to progress this path, but we do want to open it up. This will just save us time in the future. There is another void mass. And don't feel like you have to fight that guy. You can just run. And then head to the left and break this door. That's the original door that I had shown. Back to the beginning of the path there. So that's a little shortcut. And now we want to go up. Don't go to the right. But just rest at this bench. That way you, one, fill in the map. You'll be able to see. But two, you'll have a shortcut here and a bench for yourself later on when we come back to do the actual main quest. So again, don't progress down this path. Instead, drop down. Yeah. Wow, this man's got some aim. I'll give him that. Oh, I thought that was a down path. All right, now we're back to our main path. I find these obstacle courses fun now at this point, now that we have all the abilities. So you'll make it your way all the way to the right here with this mask room. And this is some fun stuff here. So rest at the bench and make sure that you have your anklets equipped at the very least. And I would also put on the Ascendant's grip. So that's pretty much all you need to have for that. Fill up our silk. And then speak to Swift Master Swift. Or Sprint Master Swift. Alright.
Da, finestra.
Hello. So we're going to accept his challenge here. And we have 3 races we have to win. And then there is a 4th wish. Again, that's part of those mementos for our home, those badges. We will do that after our main mission, but we can't do a lot of those right now. But all these little mini games like sprinting and the flea games, there are extra versions. So we have to do 3 laps. Basically, this is Mario Kart. First one's easy. That's lap 1. We'll just do this over and over. This race is a joke. We don't need to use our cheats, which I will show you how to cheat in this. It's not cheating, it's actually just being smart. And I think it is intended. But, you know, he doesn't know that we have extra abilities, this man. He thinks that we're just able to run. No. Dude, we're in Act 3, buddy. If you would challenge me back in Act 1, maybe you'd have a chance. Yeah. Oh, look who just caught up. My boy is the blue shell. That's a cool rosary necklace, but it's not enough for me. Alright, now this one's going to get a little bit more challenging. So now, I'm going to go over this little cheat called the claw line. So if he's ahead of you, and you hit him with our little claw line ability, it pulls him backwards and lunges us forward. So that is going to be up to you to use strategically, but that is how you win. I'm guessing they meant for us to do this, but I could see where maybe you wouldn't think to do it either. Let's ride! See, I'll show it right here. Well, he jumped. There we go. God damn it. I'm trying to like show it, but I shouldn't. I should probably just focus on the... Alright, here we go. I'm gonna let him get ahead. God, this is proving to be... There we go. I'm so much better than this man. In the 3rd race, I'll definitely be needing it. It proved harder to use it in this race than it... Oh, I did get him there. See how I can, like, pull him back? Boom. Now, the 3rd race is a little bit diabolical. The 4th one, obviously, is much harder, but, you know. If you struggle with the flea games in the last chapter, that gets harder too, because Grandmaster Seth, I think his name is, we're going to be talking to him and doing his quest line eventually, and then he goes to the flea market, and there's a lot of new flea festival games that he is really good at. And this guy has a 4th race, so these first 3 are challenging, I guess, but that 4th one and the flea games are harder for sure. But we're built different. We'll be all right. So this one has some weird aerial hoops. Got him. So yeah, that last one's a little challenging because it's in the air. No, I messed up. If you do that, you can just go through a hoop and it fails the challenge. Whatever. Save it. Let's race again, buddy. I was doing so good. What? All right, power of editing. Wow, would you look at that? It works every time. Power of editing. All right, so that's the third race there. I'm fast as fuck, boy. We have gotten that wish complete. It's official. We are fast in this game. And that's our second to last mask piece. We have one more to go. But we're not getting it in this video. We'll get it in the next video, I believe. I think I'll do it next video. Alright, so exhaust his dialogue. And now we are good to... I'm just going to head back to Bellheart, basically, is where I want to start the next chapter. Screw it. I'll get another journal entry. Alright, so we are at the end of the chapter here. I'll go over our inventory just so we're all on the same page, but let's pick up our shards and beads. And so yeah, on this thing, one of the badges is that 4th race. So that's what I meant when I was saying, like, we're going to farm all of these later, but they require us to be done with the old hearts mostly. Most of them require that, but some of them are tied to side quests and other NPCs, things like that. So that's why I was saying it's best not to explore the world outside of where we're going, just because you could, you know, mess up one of those if you're interested in getting all of the different items. Like, especially with this, there are optional missions, but you have to do it in a certain order. So if you're trying to get everything perfect, if you don't know what to do, I would just wait, or at the very least look it up. But, you know, we'll be getting there soon enough. Like I said, this walkthrough should be 25 or less parts. I'm trying to make everything done relatively quick, but we're not very far off. We have, in terms of what's left, we have, let's see, the Sands of Carrick, Farfield to finish up. The Grand Gate has a few things. We have a big area of Verdania, which we haven't been to yet, which is kind of a shoot off of, to the right of Greymoor and Farfields. And then we have the Upper Cradle, which is going to be like a lost city, and then we will finish in the abyss. So that's kind of the overall progression. But in terms of like side quests, we're almost done. We've done every wish except for one, I believe. I'd have to double check, but in terms of collectibles, we just have what's left in our desk, so not many. We have one more map, we have a couple trophies left, and we have the endings, and then we have about 10 bosses left. So we are very close. We're one memory locket and one master shard away from all of the completion stuff, and my percentage here is 98%. So you should have 98% on that. But yeah, we're very close, and yeah, I guess that is it. I'll quickly scan through it, just if anyone's interested. You can make sure you have all the same stuff. We have all the tools now, all the crest, and our hunters upgraded. Here's all the tools. All right, so there you go. I will see you guys in the next chapter. Thank you for watching.